Hi everyone, it's John Mitchell, and today's video is part two of the strategies that businesses can implement to respond to key performance indicators or that they can use to seek new business opportunities. So, carrying on, our next strategy is the redeployment of resources. So, this is where the business moves its resources from one area of the business to another area of the business with the aim of putting these resources to better use. So, if you think of a game of chess, it's all about moving different pieces on the chessboard to create a strategic advantage. And in business, redeployment is very similar because it's like transferring your chess pieces from one part of the board to another to make better use of them. But now we're looking at moving resources into these different areas. And there's three different areas in which, or three different resources or types of resources that businesses can redeploy throughout their business. And so the first one is natural resources. So these are things like land, water, or raw materials often that are used within the business. Then there's human resources. We're talking about employees of the business. So imagine a scenario where a department within the business isn't performing that well. So instead of going through redundancy and letting a lot of good employees go, that business may decide to go through redeployment and redeploy those employees into an area of the business that's actually booming and where they do need more employees. And finally, there's capital resources, which is things like machinery, technology, and finance. And so the main goal, it's pretty simple. It's to make better use of the resources, which can improve efficiency and effectiveness of the business. And when businesses redeploy their resources, they can cut down on wastage, they can boost productivity and keep their employees interested and engaged in their work. And so it can help respond to those types of indicators. And an example of a business that's implemented redeployment is Nike. And so one of the real giants of that athletic wear industry, what they were able to do many years ago was move a large portion of their capital in terms of their finances into the research and development area. And what that did, that investment or that redeployment of money into that area, it led to a whole host of groundbreaking innovations in their shoes as well as their apparel. And that strategy really played a big part in their rise to global fame. Next up, we have innovation. So it isn't just about introducing a shiny new product, it can also be about revamping an existing product or even changing the way that the business is operating. So while innovation can be about products, and it often is about products and creating new products or making improvements to existing products, it can also be about improving the systems within the business. So it could also be about improving its marketing and being creative in terms of how it's marketing the business and its products, how it motivates employees, or how it changes its operations to improve its efficiency or effectiveness. And when it comes to key performance indicators, almost every single one can be influenced by innovation, whether it be sales, net profit, customer complaints, or even employee based KPIs such as staff turnover or staff absenteeism rates. It really depends on what area the innovation is occurring within the business. And so when you're looking at responding or using innovation to respond to KPIs, just keep in mind it really depends on what the innovation and the area the innovation is occurring in, and therefore you can link it to certain KPIs that it will be responding to. And in terms of seeking business opportunities, innovations can help businesses enter new markets and then stand out from their competitors. And a perfect example is SpaceX. So instead of just sending rockets into space, they decided to think outside the box and innovate, and they were able to make these rockets reusable. And so that is completely revolutionary. It's opened an entire new market for them that many people thought was completely impossible. Our next three strategies are the three global strategies that we looked at when we went through operations. And we're going to start with global sourcing of inputs. So, as we know, many of our favorite brands use inputs such as materials from many different parts of the world. And by doing that, they're able to gain access to top quality materials or inputs, and sometimes even at a more affordable rate. And so that strategy can lead to a boost in net profit and reduction in customer complaints because of the higher quality materials, and potentially even more market share and possibly even a reduction in wastage. And so, in terms of new business opportunities, sourcing inputs globally may open doors for businesses to explore new markets and also build international partnerships. Then there's overseas manufacturing, and this is where the business produces its products in another country. And possible reasons for doing that could be that they're able to access cheaper labor, which reduces their expenses, or perhaps it places the business closer to a new market that they want to tap into and therefore reduces the distribution costs by actually manufacturing or producing their product in that country that they want to sell their product to. And because of the potential for cheaper production or even being able to access more specific expertise in certain countries, this method can really respond to concerns around net profit, customer complaints, and even improve overall productivity. And it can also allow business to enter new markets in the country that it is manufacturing in. And by having a direct presence in that market, it can also improve brand recognition, which can really help attract customers. And lastly, we have global outsourcing. So imagine a scenario where a business needs specific expertise for a particular task or a function within that business. So instead of hiring someone locally, they decide to hire an expert from another country. And that's what global outsourcing is in a nutshell. So it allows the business to tap into top skills from around the world and that expertise from around the globe. And so it will often be a non-core activity that the business is looking to outsource, such as bookkeeping or a customer call center, but it can also be a more prominent function, such as manufacturing of the products or the business's marketing. And so that can potentially lead to cost savings as well as potentially enhanced quality of the particular function that the business is outsourcing. And so, like our other strategies, it can therefore lead to benefits like improved operational efficiency and access to world class expertise. So, just to recap, managers are constantly reviewing and analysing key performance indicator data to try and determine if the business is actually achieving the set objectives. And from that analysis, they'll make decisions on what strategies they'll need to implement to respond to that KPI data. And they're always trying to keep the business on the right course. And over the past two videos, we've looked at a whole range of strategies that businesses can use to respond to these KPIs or that they're going to use to seek new business opportunities and help the business grow into the future. And so in our next video, we're going to continue implementing change, looking at implementing change, and we're going to specifically look at the concept of corporate culture and strategies that businesses can use to develop their corporate culture. So until then, just remember that for questions, activities, and help in your VCE journey, then come on over to teachingbubble.com.